Let's see if anyone can hear me. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to get on. And I'm going to share this out. When you pop on, if someone can say hi, let me know you can hear. If you let me know if you can hear me okay. Hi, Teresa. Can you hear me okay? I am good. How are you, sweetheart? If anyone's interested in sharing me out, I would greatly appreciate the extra shares. If you aren't already following me, please feel free to follow, like, turn on the remind button so you get notifications. I only go live once a week, so you shouldn't get too many. Teresa, can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Anybody? Can you hear me? Awesome. Thank you, Scott. And how are you doing tonight, Scott? And Teresa, I haven't heard back. Are you doing well? Did you guys have a good weekend? I didn't share this out and I didn't tag a bunch of people, and that's probably one of the reasons having some issues. Let's see if it'll let me edit it from here, but nope. You had a good one, Scott? Let's see. Don't know if it'll let me edit at this point. I'm a little slow tonight. Hey, Brian, how are you? It's nice to see you too. I missed the green room last night. I had a headache and it knocked me on my butt. I went to bed early, which is never what I do. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to everybody get online. Hi, Wendy. How are you? How is all the fulfillment going? I saw you had boxes and boxes and envelopes heading out to the post office with your last Kickstarter. You're always busy, Wendy. Hey, JT. Yeah, Brian, I missed you guys too. I think I was asleep by about 9:30, 10 o'clock. It was an early night for me, a really early night. Well, while we're just saying hi, oh, that's awesome. That's got to feel amazing, Wendy. That was a lot. You had a lot to fill. You always do, though. You always have some amazing Kickstarters and projects. If you guys have any projects going on, or you want to support anybody who has projects going on, drop their links, drop their social media, give them some love. I will read it out, remind people to check them out, and I try to share out all of the Kickstarters throughout the week too. I know you are amazing, Wendy. It's always awesome to see the work you guys do. Hey, Carl. Well, you should bring them with you, Carl. Carl was busy tormenting Willow and Grant. So Wendy has posted a Kickstarter, which is Rock, Paper, Scissors, and Stuff Wars 4 of 4 The Final War. So definitely need to check that out. Give them some love. If it's not for you, share it anyway, because it might not be your style, but it could be a lot of your friends, family, contacts. Give them some love, share them out where you can. Always want to give Kickstarters, indies, projects, anybody as much exposure as possible. If you missed Friday night, I was on Ragin with the lovely ladies, Meredith and Nita, and we had Trish and December, and Pops jumped on for a little bit, and he joined us ladies. So you could check that out on the Ragin channel on Facebook, and you can find it on my wall. And if you have not already headed over to the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, head over there. They are tagged right in the description, and give them some love. I am part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, along with some amazingly talented people. So you definitely don't want to miss out the lineup of shows there. This show is now called Comics, Chaos, and Sass, because, you know, what's a little comics and chaos without some sass? And I am Heather Ellen, if you don't already know me. Also, Russ Explodes has a Kickstarter, Xeno Nanite Titan, The Fall Before the Rise. Give him some love. That is a long-term project that Russell had worked on for an amazing amount of time. He's put his blood, sweat, and tears into it. And give him a share. Give him some love, support. Brian says his YouTube channel just passed 450 subscriptions. My triumph means nothing if you aren't a part of it. Please check out the channel, especially for the brand new program, Comic Book Spectrum. And also, Brian has 2 other shows, at least 2 so far, until he, finds something else to fill in his non-time that he has. And he has Nevermind the Furthermore on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it's a great place for people to also network and share their links. So if you are not already following Brian, give him a follow, give him some love. He is also part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. So you can follow him along with some amazing shows right on that page. And also, if anyone drops their Facebook or their YouTube, check them out. You never know if it's something for you or something you can recommend to a friend, or even better, both. Wendy also dropped Nebula Pearl. It's from Codex Entertainment. Luis Torres has that going on. Some very, very cool projects going on. And Carl's pushing Grant's comic. His Kickstart is Beowulf, issue 1. So check that out. I'll be sharing all of these throughout the week. Again, if you have any projects you're working on, anything you want to push, promote, give some love to, it doesn't need to be yours. It could be one that you stumbled across and we know nothing about them yet. Let's learn about them. So if there's ones that you're backing right now, give them some love. Everybody needs a little bit of support and some eyes on there. Hey, Mike, how are you? And Wendy also is pushing Brian Paluto's Coffin Comics, Lady Death. It's the newest one. I mean, if you don't know who Lady Death is, you really, really need to check out, because I'm a newbie to comics and even I know who Lady Death is. And they do some amazing Kickstarters and projects. And Brian K. Morris says tomorrow night he will have a very special episode of Clever Title Pending with Dan Doherty and Seth Damus. I apologize if I'm slaughtering any names. They'll be talking about their independent comic book projects, including their new title, Floppy Cock Volume 2. Very cool. Have to check them out and be watching. What time is it tomorrow, Brian? I forgot what time you go live in the evenings. And Wendy, don't forget to drop in your Etsy link and your social media, even if you don't currently have a Kickstarter going on right now. You always have projects. Wendy has a very awesome Etsy store and all of her own comics that she has not mentioned yet. And my cat's already causing chaos. So you may hear some howling, some screaming, some banging. There may be a cat on my lap, on my boobs, or on the back of the seat, depending upon what they feel like doing tonight. If anyone has missed seeing the cats make an entrance into the show, they'll be back soon. And there is Wendy's shop. Her Etsy shop is Naughty Fairies. And definitely Naughty Fairies are something to check out. Brian says on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. he will celebrate his birthday on his regular Clever Title Pending, as the non-special guest will be him. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to definitely tune in. And Willow Schuyler, Carl Witzman, and Christian Basil will interrogate him. Join the discomfort. So bring some popcorn, get a drink, whatever you're comfy, put up your feet, and let's torture Brian. I mean, how much more fun can it be? And Wendy shared the backer kit hosted pre-orders. Oh, for a new Naughty Fairies Comic-Con 2021 backer kit. Is that so if the people who missed the Naughty Fairies 2021, can they still back it and get some goodies from you? Michael, thank you very much. I am working on it. And Wendy says, if you missed out on Naughty Fairies Comic-Con, you can still get in on the cross-promotion and stretch goals. That is very cool, because I did miss it. I did not have the funds at the time, and I need to go look at that. Carl says, we will ask the most embarrassing questions for Brian K. Morris. Be sure to watch. Oh, this is going to be fun. Absolutely. Popcorn and a drink. And Brian says, if you think I'm tired of talking about myself, please join me on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 10 Eastern for Never Mind the Furthermore. We'll catch up with the comments before his wife demands he makes her lunch. Only one way to find out. Yeah, I'm normally about a couple minutes behind. He runs at least a half an hour, sometimes an hour behind. And he talks really fast. Definitely check him out. There's always a good lineup of shows throughout the week. If you miss them, we have TED Talks. There is Michaela Jade has a show that she's been putting up, I believe, on Friday nights. It goes a little bit earlier. There is, it's been a really long weekend. Sorry, my head is not quite with it. And I was silly and did not get my homework together. The entire lineup is on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And I will absolutely drop the page and the lineup on my wall after I go off camera tonight. But we have Ted, we have Amy Hale, there is Carl Witzman. He has been the one that's been helping us all. And sorry, my cat is climbing the ceiling because I'm on camera. She has been asleep all day. Hey, Geeky, how are you? So many shows, so little time. There's also Joe. Here's my Kickstarter for my Monday night guests. awesome Floppy Cop Volume 2 graphic novel on Kickstarter. And Geeky, you put on a show and you have a store. Do you want to drop your links? Stinker is climbing mode. Yeah, Carl, I think it's you. Because if you haven't noticed, if I'm in the green room and you're there, she's climbing the walls. She has slept all day. She has had no interest whatsoever. As soon as I get on camera and you're around, she's up on the ceiling. It is unreal. And she knocked over some of my inventory earlier. Not books, I promise. They're not the comic books. It's my stuff for the other store. Yeah, she's a handful. Carl, you want a cat or two? But anyway, guys, check out, drop all your links, drop your social media, give everybody some love. I have a feeling this is going to be a shorter night tonight. It's been a quieter week, I think. Everybody's still kind of out of it. This has been a rough 2021 already, and it's only the second month in. So what are you all planning this week? Anybody have anything good planned for the weekend? Carl says, I make your cat climb the walls. I encourage bad feline behavior. Carl, you encourage bad behavior in general. Geeky says he does a lunch show, a comic chat sales, and soup on Facebook at Super Soup Comics. So give him some love. It's on his Facebook. And click the link, follow, like, subscribe, and check it out. And you guys all know to share any videos you have into the Comics in Chaos group. That is a safe place to share your projects, your Kickstarters. If you have live sales, if you have claim sales, if you want to show off your collection, your hauls, give some love. If you get in any mail calls, absolutely share it in. Hey, Lewis. Wendy was ahead of you. She already dropped your link, but if you want to drop in any of your social media, please feel free. There is a lot of links and threads on the announcement section where you can drop in. There's one for YouTube. So check out everybody else's and add your own. There's a Facebook one. There's Instagram. There is stores. There is groups. This is a group for everybody to cross-promote, show off, and network. And it doesn't have to be your own stuff. You might love an artist or love a comic and just want to show it off, or give them some love. Tag them and share it in. Geeky says on Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays, he's always sharing out live comic shows. I'm all about building our geek community. Awesome, Geeky. Well, make sure to share them into Chaos too when you're sharing out. People say, well, you know, I already shared once today. It's okay. The point is to have the group. If you have the tags, it's even better. But if you don't, you know, sharing what you've got. When you do mail calls, I'd love to see more mail calls in there because I think people aren't aware of everything they get. And I'm awful. I have a bunch of pictures and mail calls I need to do. I just haven't gotten to them yet. I'm kind of just keeping my head above water. Thank you very much, Geeky. And Brian says, please like this broadcast, friends, and share it on your pages. Show Heather some love since she gives us so much to us. Thank you so much, Brian. Hey, Nicholas. How are you? He says, hi, Heather. Liked and shared because that's the RT thing to do. Yes. Nicholas is also part of Rising Tide. Nicholas, do you want to drop in your links where they can find your shows? You have a YouTube channel, and I don't know, do you have a Facebook page too for yours? Drop in any of your social media links here. I do not delete the live video. It stays up. I also will upload this to YouTube after the fact, and I will be crossing the links over to there so that people can find. And in Rising Tide, we all try to help each other rise together. So even if we only go up a little bit. We're trying to bring everybody with us. That's kind of the whole philosophy behind it. It's an amazing group of people. Hey, Michaela, how are you? So I didn't get to hear. So Michaela was at a book signing, not this weekend, but the weekend before. And she was almost out of her stock after the first day. So Michaela, how did the rest of the show go? You were pretty happy with it, the little bit that we got to talk. Michaela also has a YouTube channel. She is a writer. She has a few books on Amazon, and there'll be plenty more to come in the future. And she's also editing. So if you guys are looking for any jobs to have your work edited, you definitely have to hit up Michaela. Nicholas runs the Historical Fencing Guild channel, which is youtube.com Historical Fencing Guild. It's very easy to find. And there is Michaela's link for her Amazon. If you go onto amazon.com and hit / Michaela - Jade with a hyphen, you will be able to find a lot more of her books. She did drop one link here, but she has more than one book on there. And you want to give her some love. Definitely want to give some follows. Brian says, for more information what Heather, Nicholas, Michaela, Ted, Joe Dog, Carl, Amy, and myself are up to, please like the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page at facebook.com / Rising Tide Broadcast Network. The link is also in the description of this video, so you can give it a link right from there if you can't find it in the comments. And Michaela says she went to Davenport, Iowa for QuadCon. I almost sold out of my Obsidian Hearts book. It was a fantastic show, and I signed up to do another one in Peoria, Illinois next weekend. If you have the dates and times and the link for the show, drop it right into the chat, and I will also share it out into other places later. If there's an event page, that would be helpful. That is awesome. You did so well. You were really excited, and it's definitely a good issue to have, is to run out of inventory. Business cards and inventory means you had a really, really good show. I had a fairly quiet weekend. I just adulted all weekend. Next weekend I have my kid. I will be online on Sunday night, but the weekend he normally keeps me running. I have no idea what trouble he and I will get into, but we'll find something that is safe and fun to do. Nicholas also says he also plans to publish The Fighting Axe this week as a sequel to The Simple Sword, because I believe martial arts are here for everyone. And his amazon.com /author / Nicholas Stockert. And you can find his link right there. So the cat has finally stopped climbing the walls, and now she's staring at me from a high up place in the ceiling. My other cat is being good and going to sleep on the bed, now that they caused chaos the first few minutes. And Michaela dropped in the Quad City. It looks like that's their direct website. I'll have to check that out. And it has all the dates and times of all the shows. So quadcitycon.com, you can find a lineup of all of their information. And I'll share that out into the Chaos group later. And I'll look for any events that they have coming up. In case you are interested in attending, you can contact them. And if you are interested in giving them some love. So all of us are building our YouTube channels as we go. How are you guys working on promoting yourselves? We have YouTube, we have social media. What social media platforms work for you? It was a question that was asked with Meredith and Nita on Raging on Friday night. And I'm kind of all over. It really depends on which company I'm pushing. Depends on which one works best for me. Brian writes books with humor, thrills, and strong female characters, and you can find him at amazon.com/author/Brian K. Morris. And Michaela says that yes, she shared their Facebook link on her page and shared it into the comics page. Awesome. Thank you very much. And I'll go take a look and see if there's anything else that I can help or send some other people their way. I miss the cons. I miss going out and seeing people in general. Well, thank you very much, Michaela. Have a great night, Carl. Give Donna my love, and I will see you this week. And hopefully I should be popping in the green room Friday night. Love you too, guys. I have a feeling tonight will be an earlier night, and we should probably be picking up again next week. I think everybody is still trying to get caught up with the chaos of February and all the snowstorms. Yeah, I missed you guys. I need that green room. I very much enjoy it. And Nicholas says he also takes requests on advice for more information for authors and creators on writing better fights. I think the best way to publicize and promote yourself is to just keep doing good for folks like you are. Thank you very much. I do go live on Facebook. I do once in a while go live on YouTube. Thinking about trying an Instagram quick live and see how that goes, just to check it out. I do have StreamYard, but for the most part, I find that I do better on Facebook Live right from my main account versus going over to the page or going through any of the other stuff. Michaela says, don't forget, I need more subs on YouTube than Christian Basil. I have almost 300. Help me get there. Christian and Michaela have a very friendly-ish competition about who can get the most subs. So Michaela's asking for some help. Give her some love. Subscribe to her channel. And Michaela, you should have a vanity URL. That's a lot easier for them to get. I think, is it Michaela Jade, or did it not give it to you yet? YouTube's been giving people issues with getting their vanities and some other glitches lately. I don't know why. I've noticed there's been a few. I also have a couple YouTube channels. I have McPete Says, which is all lingerie. It is nothing too inappropriate, but it's definitely for adults. It is lingerie. It's fashion shows, interviews, collections. And then I have the Comics in More New Jersey, which is where this one will go, where Comics, Chaos, and Sass goes. Also, Russell from Russ Explodes Studio. Also, he goes live from there also. And I have some artists work up there, and there's always more videos being added. And my last YouTube channel is my new one, which is Twisted Angel. And Twisted Angel is a little bit different because I only narrate stories. Either they are public domain, or they are stories or poems or erotica sent in by the actual authors and writers. And I give back all their links. So if you like what you hear, you can go read some for yourself. Nicholas originally started running a mini booth at cons doing on-site art commissions. You can find his art at deviantart.com. And Michaela says, I have whips and a cat o' nine and know how to use them. And Michaela, I have a few floggers, a couple paddles, a crop, and some other goodies. But we'll discuss that another time. Brian says you have to have over 100 subscribers for a month on YouTube before they offer the custom URL. I believe you have to have, your account needs to be a month old, and you need at least 100 subscribers. But after that, you're supposed to be able to get the URL, the vanity URL. I was able to get mine with Twisted Angel right as soon as I hit a month, and I didn't have 100 right away. I'm up to over 800 now, and I started a few days before Christmas, so it's doing pretty well. The Biddy addresses work great for Kickstarters, though. I found those. Yeah, Michaela, we're going to have to play with that this week. If you're still having problems with that, give me a message and we'll get through there. It's a recent development. It's possible there's been some issues with everybody's updating, because I don't think that all the social media streaming apps were quite expecting COVID for everyone to go live, which after the first couple months, I don't know why they wouldn't have been fully, jumping right in to push that, since we kind of have no other options besides going live to get into everybody's homes. So, Michaela might pop on and do a live from YouTube or StreamYard tomorrow. Well, definitely, if you do, tag me. Let me know that you're going to go live. I don't know if she's been on, but Cindy is amazing. www.ckoepp.com. I will have to check her out. I don't know if I'm contacts with her yet. I had about 50 ads since Friday. With going live, I think part of it was December Lace and Meredith and Nita, the crossover, and Trish. I had a bunch of ads, and if they were somebody that I wasn't sure about, they were still pending. It's nothing personal, but until I get to know you a little better, we'll have to check it out. But anyone with 100 or more mutuals, or I knew the name and seen the name and had some interaction, I accepted right away. Brian says, I think YouTube let a lot of their people go not long after the 19 started. That's why the bots are running things there. It could be. They could also just be short-staffed in general because people haven't been working usual hours or they've been sick. This has been just it's kind of a winging it world for a lot of us. I know I wing it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes not so good, but we figure it out as we go. I think I'm going to wrap up. It is almost 10:40, and you guys have been listening to my voice for long enough. If you are watching this after the show is over, it is fine to still add links. Give some love, give some links. I'm always happy to have them added after, questions asked after. And if you are looking for any idea of where to, looking for a person, a contact, help, anything, ask. You never know who can help. You can ask me, you can comment in Comics in More Chaos and post a question and say, hey, I'm looking for. You can post for work. You can post looking for work. You can post I'm looking to hire. It is a very much an open group. There's no politics, religion, or drama. So it's a happy place. We want to keep it that way. And it's a great place to network and promote yourself and others. Brian says sign up for his newsletter, but you have to sign up for Cindy's first. The next issue goes out tomorrow at 5 p.m. and he included the link. Hey, Gianni, how are you? And Nicholas says, my lovely wife is writing paranormal romance. And he hit the links. It's Amazon.com, Amanda Tucker. And the link is there. Definitely give her some love. Brian says, I could listen to your voice forever, my lady. Well, thank you, sweetheart. That's what my YouTube channel is for. You got to listen there, and all those hours will add up, because I only need 3,800 more hours to go. I'm almost there on subscribers, though. And thank you, Michaela. And Nicholas says, his friend Kervin just got their first romance published. Very nice. And there is the link there. And absolutely, Lewis, you can always ask for more pledges. So Lewis has got Nebula Pearl currently live on Kickstarter. How much longer do you have left on your Kickstarter, Lewis? It is it's by Codex Entertainment, Lewis Torres, and it is called Nebula Pearl. Definitely give him some love, give him some shares, give him some likes. And Lewis, don't forget to share into the Comics and More Chaos group. He's got 9 days left to go. So share him out, people. Very cool, Lewis. And how is Tripod Kitty doing? Lewis adopted a kitten, and it is the cutest thing. So much better behaved than my two. But he had to lose a leg. And Tripod Kitty seemed to be doing pretty good even right after surgery, but I haven't seen pictures lately. Nicholas says, great show, Heather. Keep up the good work. You really need to do podcasting. Would love to hear you read Gothic horror. Well, if anybody writes Gothic horror and wants me to read a passage, send it on. I'll add it to the YouTube channel. I have a couple that are pending that writers have sent in. But once I get caught up on those, I will be reading the new ones. So whenever you have anything, if you have anything you want me to read, if you message me, I'll give you the email for that, or you can send it to the comics, the letter N, more chaos at gmail.com, or chaosnj@gmail.com. The Twisted Angel is twistedangel76x@gmail.com. Or you could just bug me on here. I'm pretty open to talking about what I can do to help. If it's a comic book also, or something that can be crossed over, the narration would go on both the Comics and More New Jersey and the Twisted Angel. And Lewis says that the Nebula Pearl is written by Wendy Steen Shaner, C.B. Zane, Alfred T. Trulio, and Kara Nicole, and Michael Shoemaker. And Lewis, I'm glad Tripod Kitty is doing good. He is adorable. We need more pictures. And Nicholas says, after I'm done with my nonfiction, I may just take you up on it. That sounds awesome. I'm pretty happy to read almost anything. I have everything from Beatrix Potter, because I can do public domain readings right now, all the way through erotica. So there's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Claim that baby, Wendy says about Tripod Kitty. Absolutely. Fur babies are adorable when they're not climbing your ceilings or climbing you when you're on camera. Then they're not quite so cute. Well, I hope you all have an awesome week. I will be back here on Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. And if you have links in the meantime or anything you need help with, send me a message. I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Hey, Brian, drop your links, Brian. I know you have your Kickstarter that just launched. Brian, thank you so much for all your help also. Brian says, thank you for all that you do, each and every one of us. Heather, hope you have a great week. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Brian, drop your link. Before I go, I will read it out. You have your Kickstarter that just launched. And good night, Gianni. And Gianni, you haven't dropped your link. And I'll do my shares throughout the week, but don't forget, promote yourselves in chaos. That is the point of the group. It is for networking. It is for promotion, self-promotion, promote other people, show off what you have. Brian dropped his Kickstarter link. It's a Bitty link. His just launched the past couple days. Did you hit your goal? Are you fully funded? You were close the last time I looked, and that was the day you launched. So you were doing really good. You too, Lewis. You have a great night. Good night, Gianni. Good night, everybody. And I will definitely see you out throughout the week. Don't forget to keep supporting each other. And kick ass this week. I'll see you online.